crisis leadership.
Uh-huh.
And they're two different skill sets. And so I think,
Yes,
and
it is.
I want LJ to talk about that, because I think a lot of people who think that they're wonderful leaders generally, when things are okay, or things are, even if they're okay, they're not like this. This is a crisis the likes of which the world, there's no part of the world that has escaped this. And it's going to take a different type of leadership skill. So can you kind of describe what crisis leadership looks like, LJ?
Yes. So I would define crisis leadership as someone who exhibits the following traits. Number one, they must be decisive. Number two, they must be prepared, meaning you have already put together a crisis communication strategy and are able to lead with confidence. If you have not put something together, you have put together a task force. So I'm just saying, just being prepared, responsible. Um, Absolutely must be empathetic. Understand what your team and the world is dealing with right now. If empathy is not a strength, gosh, that's going to show up. And trust me, you may lose some employees because of it. Um, I would say the next one is promote connection and belonging. You have to have that ability to be able to promote that. And you must nurture hope and spread optimism. I think those are really key in crisis leadership.
And that's a lot to dig into. And I want to make sure that I wrote them all down, because I want to be a good student myself. So you, in order to be a strong crisis leader, or strong in crisis leadership, you said number one, you have to be decisive. Why did you pick that as your number one quality?
I said decisive because there have been, I mean, I've seen it on TV with some leadership in terms of some governors
Mm-hmm.
who have not been decisive. I've heard them say, well, I'm waiting for the